Have you hit record?
I have hit record, yes.
Oh, wait, are we actually started the episode?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Yeah, it's done
I'm
now.
scared.
Some say I am a sweetie. Some say queen of the beauty.
What are you singing?
I
And
am
why?
alive, but my soul is hurting.
Work. Hello?
That hand went right into my frame, didn't it?
Oh no.
When we see the other camera, it's just going to be your hand everywhere.
Ah.
That song is from like a 70s Pakistani film, and I think they wrote the lyrics in a different language, Urdu probably, and it just doesn't translate well into English. But do you know what it translates really well into? TikTok
Oh, not TikTok.
and social
Delete.
media. Social media have taken over that song, and they're like, it speaks to us because, yeah, I am the queen of the beauty, and my soul's dead.
But you're not Gen Z.
You don't know my history.
Well, you're definitely not Gen Z because you had a
You-
birthday as well recently.
you-
You already weren't Gen Z before that birthday.
How about you keep my name out your mouth? Otherwise, this coffee goes in your face.
It's iced.
Yeah.
Also, I can't keep your name out of my mouth because we have the same name. So what do you want me to do about that?
Coffee is. I know. Yeah, true.
Honestly, I'm just gonna get a tattoo of my name, and you're gonna be like, "It's my name,"
No, because
but
yours is
spelled
spelled.
differently.
Okay, so this is how we know we're gay. Do you remember when I discovered?
Yes.
Do you
go
remember
on.
when I discovered that we're gay?
Yeah, go on.
Because like true gays, true real gays are really extra about their names. And you and I are so gay that not only do we have the same name, we are also married. And remember when we first started on this like public image thing, we used to like go up to journalists and like whenever we'd have an interview or something, you'd go, yeah, I'm Amir, but I'm Amir as well, but mine's with two A's.
I do remember, and I was like, because I'm just much better.
Who does that? It's like, I'm Stephanie with an F and a Z.
Actually,
Nobody does that.
thinking about it, in me doing that, it makes me like uber gay.
Yeah.
Like
It's so extra.
it's like you're already gay,
Yeah.
right? Because you're out there sucking bleep and bleep, and you're already gay because you've got a partner.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but I want to be super gay, and I want to win. Oh, I'm competitive though.
It's like Pepper Saltzman
Oh yeah.
for Modern Family.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's
Oh wait,
yeah.
pepper salt.
Yeah, Salt and Pepper. Pepper
Oh,
Saltzman.
have I just got it?
Yeah. Or Jamarcus or LaMichael. It's just so stupid.
But when you break it
Amir
down,
and Amir.
Oh,
But
yeah.
one is spelt with two A's.
and one is also known as
You
Lady,
can't
Lady
hear
Bushra.
you can't hear the extra A. I'm getting fierce now because I'm jiggling. You can't hear the extra A. Nobody needs to know.
But they do.
No, but do you get what I mean?
They do.
Yeah, because that's what makes us special.
But
Not
no-
the fact that we're two brown Pakistanis, two brown peas,
Brown peas.
two brown,
Where the
two brown
peas?
peas, peas in a pod.
Peas in
Because
a
we
pod.
all know what that P stands
Oh,
for.
we do. It stands for bleep.
Yeah.
You know what? I really want to continue on our podcast journey to like incorporate the bleeps before editing. You know? So I can be like, I'm feeling bleeping this and bleeping that. I think it should be a new trend. Would the TikTokers get on it?
Yeah.
Would there?
Listen, TikTok is just 2003 regenerated.
Oh, really?
Gen Z think they're doing it new on TikTok. They're not. They're literally doing the same as what we used to do in the 2000s.
Oh.
To the point of nostalgia. Clothes, pop references, everything just gets regurgitated. They will get it. We get to dictate the trend. But if you think about it, right? When do young people set trends? They never do. Because, like, say for example, growing up, it was all about Family Guy. Family Guy, oh, it's so funny, it's so us. They get no. But those people who were making the show were giving 80s references because they were born and raised in the 80s. Do you know what I mean?
So
So, it's
everything's just
always
gone
the
over
older.
time.
Yeah, it's always the Play Days, kids' TV show. Grown ass men were making it. It wasn't babies. It wasn't 5-year-olds.
Oh my God, it was like Tom and Harry who were in their 40s.
Do you know how old Tinky Winky was?
Go.
Probably about 36.
Go. How old are you?
19.
You celebrated a birthday recently. Oh, also, everyone, hello.
Yeah, hello everybody. Welcome to You Don't Love Me podcast.
'Cause you don't love me.
My name is Amir. Who
I
are
am-
you and
No,
how
no,
do you
right.
spell it?
No, get this.
Yeah.
Your name is Amir.
Yes.
My name is Amir with two A's.
Mm-hmm.
Your name is also Amir because
Yeah.
that's how you pronounce it
in
you know, a different world.
yeah on
And
Neptune.
my name is also Amir. But then when I say that, I never say with two it is.
no.
And then you're also Lady Bushra.
Yeah.
Do you know gays are gaying because like we have so many nicknames and so many names for people. Like do you know our friends who do drag? I'm like, sometimes I'm like, what's their name? Like, how do I introduce, you know, like you're meeting someone, you're like, oh, this is my friend. Blah,
We
blah, blah, blah,
we often talk about this. We're like, how weird would we sound if we screamed their names down the road? Like, oh my god, cheddar. That doesn't sound wrong to us, but that's cheese.
Oh my god, yeah.
If you're just walking down the street and you're going cheddar or Luna, but it's a bearded man. Do you know what I mean? Bushra and out comes me. You're all right, yeah, Bushra. It's so, but that's the reason. I think that's the reason why like so many drag queens are kind of like hidden in the
Yeah.
daytime, and then they only come out at
At
night.
nighttime.
I once had a drag queen who was kind of annoyed at me for putting a half drag picture of her. She was like, for 20 years, nobody's seen me. I'm doing the voice, so we all know who it is. She's like, for 20 years, nobody's seen me out of drag. And somebody was like, oh my God, that's what you look like out of drag. And I was like, oh my gosh, like your drag is a whole identity. That's
Oh,
crazy. That's
God.
incredible, isn't it?
It is. It's insane. It's wild. But you know, we're here
Yeah.
and we're surviving and we're living and we're thriving and you're a year older and a year wiser
I had a
potentially.
birthday.
You
Yes.
did?
Yeah. I'm 35 years old.
Oh,
officially,
you're really
yeah.
putting out there.
I'm being vulnerable. This is what the judges are looking for. I'm giving vulnerability.
What does it feel like to be 35?
The same as when I was, I don't know, 29, 28.
Work.
I always thought that it's going to get worse as time goes by, but it's actually not true. You know, I felt crap when I was 28. I'm kind of
That
glad.
coughing says otherwise.
Well, I recently had a chest infection,
Okay.
so I'm recovering.
Self-diagnosed.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I know.
Healthcare is expensive.
That's tea.
The NHS,
I don't know her.
prescriptions, doctor.
Girl.
Try getting past that receptionist. She's like, you're not dead enough yet. Do you know what I
It's
mean?
very that.
Yeah. Oh, you're dead. Okay, you're going to have an appointment in 3 weeks or next year in April. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, it feels great. Feels great to have a birthday. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So have you been making connections through your birthday? This is me doing segues. And I can't do segues, just like you can't do segues.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
do
I know.
segues well, do we?
I'm like, who is this person? Why are you being so nice to me? What do you want? I don't have any money.
We don't do segues.
I don't have any money.
It's not happening.
No, yeah, it feels good. Yeah, I've been making connections. Yeah. Yeah, no, people have been really, really nice. Thank you so much, everyone, for your warm wishes and welcomes and messages. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this year has definitely, I've seen the most amount of love. I think before there was a lot of empty gestures, or like I was so fixated on getting presents and stuff. This year it was none of that, and you know, it's just nice to be sort of celebrated in a way, I suppose. But I'm quite fortunate with what I do. You know, I get celebrated on the regular, so you know, I'm grateful. I really, really am grateful for being able to be on this planet for a day longer to sort of serve my purpose, which is to entertain.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever
work.
said that on the podcast.
No.
No.
I don't think you have.
No.
But it is.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
to entertain people. You're doing it right now.
Yeah, but right. Okay, so then this is the other thing that you know, like how like we're all controlled by aliens and everything. So I'm having another
Okay.
existential crisis. What is people's perception of us?
I'm not
Because
bothered. Why are you bothered?
I'm not bothered. But here's the reason why I'm thinking about it. Is because, right, you can, so like we have Angelina Jolie. We love her
I
because
have
she's,
no idea where this is going.
we love her because she's otherworldly, right? She's incredible. She's sickening. She's mother. But then we have people where we're like, oh, they're nice, aren't they? Idiots. Or like, oh, we should be nice to them. Yeah, we'll support them. Where do we fall in that? Are people genuinely interested in what we say? Or are people watching going, oh, bless?
I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you know me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like fully like, I don't really care. And it's
Yeah.
like, I know it can be difficult for people to comprehend when I say, yeah, I don't really care what people think or their perception, because it's like, no, but how can you not? I'm like, well, I don't. I just simply don't. It doesn't fall into my life. And I don't know. I just live my life and do my thing. And as long as I'm happy doing what I'm doing and my intention's pure, the universe knows my intention's pure, and that's all that matters.
Fab.
Oh
Good
yeah,
to know.
it's very good to know.
Good to know.
But we're here to talk about something very special, aren't we?
We are. I think it lends itself really well into what we're saying.
And we talked about this not too long ago, and it's Gather.
Gather her.
Gather Her.
Yeah.
Gather App, building communities with Gather App. And we did talk a little bit about, making connections online, positive, negative, hookups, fun.
Yeah.
We have spoke about that.
We've spoken about this outside of
Oh, yeah.
any app or anything.
yeah.
It's such a universal experience.
Oh, many a time. And, do you think people struggle, especially within our community, to make connection in real life? That's why they turn to the online world.
I think definitely. I think you've hit the nail on the head with that. I think it's very tough to show up for yourself, especially when your very identity is denied. So like when I was younger, it was very much like, are you on the scene or are you not on the scene? And I was like, what is the scene? And the scene is the gay scene. So you are a type of gay if you go to the gay bars and clubs. And that was almost frowned upon by people who didn't go. And then it's like, you could be, in these days we have so many diagnoses, and you could be autistic, you could be neurodivergent, and you could be non-binary. That could be a lot to comprehend before stepping out the house and trying to meet somebody in a bar. Like, say for example, I sometimes struggle with loud noises. I do evening shows. I can stand it for a little while, but I can become hypersensitive to loud noises. So I try to avoid them. Or if I'm in a really loud sounding place, I'll put my earbuds in. Yeah. But imagine if you're single trying to meet somebody. How are you going to deal with that? So yeah, definitely. I think there's a balance to be struck between sort of physical connection, but then using tools and applications out there, because apps, there's so many. You use them for healthcare, you use them for socializing, you use them for business, there's so much. So yeah, why not use them to make better connections?
No, I completely agree with you, and I think we can abuse the use of apps as well. We can get addicted to scrolling. We can get addicted to so many different things on apps. So I think using apps more positively to seek out friendships is important. We all want to connect with people, and it is important to connect with people that have the similar interests as you and are the same. And like I found that I have made strong friendships through social media, and it's people that either have similar interests to me, like the same thing, or come from similar backgrounds and experiences. So we have that connection where you can sometimes have those conversations with people and you're like, you don't need to express the kind of nuances of your culture or your background or your upbringing, because you just get it. You just get it. And that's important. And that has been important to me. And I didn't think it would be so important to me until I started meeting these people and, having these conversations and really breaking those cycles that we grew up with to more positivity. But also, I've met people and we've kind of grown together as well in our friendships. And we've, connected on spirituality. We've connected on the betterment of ourselves.
Yeah.
And, that progress and that moving forward has been really great. And I do want to talk about Gather App, because we introduced it before, and now what's happened is they've gone for their full launch now, and I've used it a bit to see what it's about, and I played around with it, and I've got some pros, I've got some cons,
Okay.
and I've got some great information about it.
Before
and
we talk about that,
yeah.
should we take a little break?
I think we should take a little break.
We're
Yeah,
going to take a little break, and then we'll be right back. And we are back.
we are, honey,
And we're brown.
we are always.
Slightly more brown than before.
Do you know what? I need to get browner though.
Yeah, you
this,
do,
This
yeah.
is this last few months have probably been the lightest I've been in all my adulthood.
Yeah, these days you're looking more British than British
Let's not
Asian.
start that,
Yeah.
Girl,
Do you know what? I was
bye.
not expecting that to blow up.
girl.
With
Bye.
that clip of me questioning my identity,
Oh, okay then.
my citizenship.
Girl, bye.
What colour is my passport? Okay. Cool. So what were we talking about? Oh, official.
Oh yeah, she's official.
She's official now.
She's official. I've been official once before on this podcast.
Go on, Queen. Yeah, literally before, because we had a little briefing of the episode before we started, and I literally sat down and I felt like I was in a classroom. 'cause
Yeah, and then you've
you were
been
like,
really annoying.
And on this day, we're gonna do this.
And then you were like putting your hand up and everything. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
please, not this.
Yeah.
Not this. Yeah,
fingers on lips.
I did want to get official because do want to give some key information about this app that I have liked.
Okay.
And I think that is noteworthy
Yeah.
about the Gather app.
Because you've been exposed to the app,
I
haven't
have
you?
been exposed to the app and the creators of the app as well. A
Okay.
lovely shout out to y'all. We're friends now. We're besties.
Okay.
We met.
Well, I'm not surprised, seeing as though you've exposed yourself
Girl,
to
we've been
them.
talking through the Gather app and building our friendship from
Fab.
across the globe, and we speak different languages. How cool is that?
They do seem really nice.
Yeah,
like
they're
I
lovely.
know, I don't actually ever say that about a brand,
Yeah, I know.
but they do seem
Yeah.
really nice.
Well, the nice but because
they do seem like really nice people. Yeah.
oh
yeah.
and like the intention.
Because okay, like do you know? Right. Okay. So I'm just gonna say it because I can't keep a lid on it on stuff. But like, usually it's like this is the brand, this is the intermediate person who is going to either be really nice or just be really, really
not nice.
diva.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Let's face it. Do you know what I mean? And then you kind of do it, and then but we're always about you and I. We're always about long, meaningful connections.
Yes.
We are about connections. We are connections people, and it's not to say that you can become friends with everyone. Of course you can't. Like there's a mental limit to what you can have, but it's always nice to sort of partner with people because it's not just about the brand. It's about the people. And it's always
Yeah.
nice to connect with nice people.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed that. And when brands and when us, if everything aligns like this, it's brilliant, And the intent's there to go on. You can
I was
interrupt
going
me.
to say, have we ever talked about the number of brands that we tend to qualify out?
That's a different
No.
episode.
Okay.
That's a different episode. I want to share
Okay, cool.
with the divas. So one of the actual best things about the Gather app, I'm apping it now. Hello Gather app.
Okay.
It's really easy to log into, by the way.
Okay.
Like I just quickly logged in then. That's how easy it is.
Oh.
It's so simple, it's so smooth, it's so easy, right?
Yeah.
And one of the best things, it's about groups, connections, okay? And not the groups that you think. It's about creating groups of people with similar interests to you. And I was like, oh, so I'm just going to create a group about Bollywood or Lady Gaga and then anyone can just jump in. You've got to be approved to the group.
Okay, so that instantly gives validity to the group, doesn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. You need an approval for the group to make sure, you actually want to be part of the group.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
this is the right thing for you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, another thing I was thinking, like, how many people can be in a group? I'm not too sure about this number. 100 is the max in a group.
Okay.
100 is a lot.
Okay.
But if you want to throw a big party or do a big gathering or a show, great.
That's actually good
Why do you think 100 is good?
because excuse me. Okay, let me put it I can answer that as a question. What's better? A group of 100 people or 400 people?
Ah, okay.
100.
yeah.
You want to keep a cap on it. And I tell you why. Because I have found myself being I don't usually do WhatsApp groups and stuff. I don't do them anymore because I find them too overwhelming. There's two groups that I found myself in, and I kid you not, there's hundreds of people in them, and I've just stumbled into it. I was sort of invited
Yeah.
into it, and there's just no structure there, and everybody has my number, and now I've started getting random people messaging me from that group saying, hi, how are you? Because they know who I am. They know me as an artist, which is fine. But like, I would have rather that not be the case.
Chop.
I would have rather 400 people, and that group literally has probably about 1,000 people. I would have rather them not have my number. But now they do.
Oh, I don't like that.
And I didn't ask for that.
Yeah, because the number's a very personal thing.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, I like about the Gather app. You don't have to it's not a number thing.
No,
it's an
so
app. No one
you
has your
wouldn't
number.
have that happen with
All
Gather.
your stuff is secure, which
Yeah.
is just brilliant and makes
Yeah.
me feel so much better.
But you know, another thing, and sorry to go slightly off topic,
No,
but
go for it.
one of the other things which I really like about the Gather app is that the groups are created with intention.
Yes.
Of this is the mutual thing that we're going to bond over, rolling around hills or going into the countryside, going to the cinema, watching French black and white films, whatever. Do you know what I mean? When you go on to social media in general, you know, in people's bio, it's like this flag, this part of the country, this political belief, um, available this time, this intersectionality, and these conditions. Do you know what I mean? So you've already, before you've even said hi to somebody, and by the way, every other picture is a whole picture, let's face it. So before you've even interacted with this person, you know their baggage.
Yes.
The reality is, when you meet somebody, you are not going to agree with them 100%. It's just never going to happen. I would much rather hang out with somebody with our mutual interest of the gym, of the cinema, of going out to the countryside without knowing anything else about them. And that is fine by me. Do you know why? Because it's for my peace of mind. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. So why are we just opening our insides for everyone to see? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Does that make sense?
No,
Obviously, I
no.
know I'm being quite
Yeah.
extreme with with how I'm describing it, but I'm just like, so I really like this, where it's like you connect on
Me too.
mutual interests.
Me too. That's what I absolutely love about it as well, because, you know, it's like, yeah, okay, you're all these part of all these communities and stuff, but like, what do you like?
Yeah.
Like, deeper than that, what do you actually like? What are your interests? And
Yeah.
I wanna find people that have those same interests who can bounce off each other, and like you can meet together, you can motivate each other. It's more of a human connection in that
Yes.
way. And that's what I love about it. I think it's absolutely brilliant in that way. And also, as an owner of a group, you can schedule like meetings and stuff. So
Oh,
you're in control of
cute.
that. So you can be like, say you're in the same city, you can schedule a coffee meet
Mm.
or schedule something. Or if you're not, what if it's a Zoom meet that you're scheduling where you could do some gaming online? So you have the power to schedule meetings on the app, which I absolutely love. You can now officially message guys privately on the app as well.
Okay.
So that's an option for you if you want to use it. That's just come in recently, which I like. You just click on the little envelope icon and off you go.
Yeah.
So that sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
All sounds good. All sounds great. And, you know, speaking to the CEO of the app and, you know, people that make the app, you know, their main goal is about that group connection and creating that. And I think we are going to delve into playing around with the app more and creating a group and seeing how that goes. Because I really want to explore how that goes.
What should we call the group?
I don't know. We're going to really think of an interest.
Hot sluts.
No, we're not going to call it hot sluts.
Okay.
So,
Hot bleeps.
girl, hot bleeps. There we go. So, like, for me, like, some of the pros of this app, some of the pros of Gather app is it's easy to navigate, which is brilliant. So easy to navigate. I can't believe it. You create groups of people with similar interests to you, and you get to approve or reject them into your group, which is just brilliant. And you get to also schedule the meetings. And the whole point of the app is to create long, meaningful friendships and relationships. Another thing that I really like about it is that you can speak to people all over the world. Because I remember other apps previously was definitely all about dating or hooking up quickly. Who's the closest? 5 meters away. Let's go. 10 meters. No meters. You're on top of me. Yes. Do you know what I mean? And now this is like, well, people have interests worldwide. You know, you might have an interest with someone in a completely another country.
Yeah, and also, and this has been a learning for me. But like, is the only reason why we're connecting with guys sex? Is that the only reason why? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, I mean, sex is great, it's important, it's part of life, but it's also, in my opinion, like a basic need. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, once you've done that, once you've ticked that off, then what? Do you know what I mean? We are social beings. We do creative connection. What are you gonna do? Like, are you just gonna hook up with a guy and then go back into the straight world and be like, oh, I'm just one of the lads? Do you know what, Janine? You're not.
It's always Janine.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly
You're
what you mean.
not. So you might as well see gays more than just a piece of meat, and you might as well go and watch gay films together, because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure not everybody in your family will want to do that.
No, T.
Do you,
T.
do you know what I mean?
And you can even watch it virtually online with people.
Yeah.
And connect in that way, you know. I'm building relationships through Gather App with the people that created it and stuff,
There
and
you go.
it's been lovely, and it's a
Yeah.
friendship that's developing. One thing I do want to touch upon before we do, come to wrapping up and stuff,
Yes.
is I'm really intrigued to see where Gather App's gonna go, and like this isn't like just a big promotion of them. We've been very honest in terms of like, it's said to be an app for, making friendships and groups and stuff like that. But when you sign up, there are options which you don't have to do. To put your like your height in, your weight in, your relationship status, your if you're like a bear or a twink.
Oh, your
and
tribe.
All that,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
tribe, and if you're like what position you are in the bedroom and stuff like that. I want to know what you think about that briefly.
Yeah, I think context is important with those type of things, because we spoke about this before we were recording, and you were saying those fields are not mandatory.
Yes, they're not.
So, I mean, if it was me, I'd probably not put them in, but then I wonder as to whether that would make me more attractive or not attractive to the people who I'm talking to. But do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, I would probably strip it back to some of the basics, maybe name, age range, region. Do you know what I mean? Gender.
Yeah.
That might be a little bit easier.
Like the
ra-
respectable things.
Yeah, rather well, I mean, it's not to say the other things are not
No, no, no.
respectable, but then it's kind of like, what are we doing with the app? Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But having said that, you might be a fetish group, or you might be
True.
or you might be like Sex Addicts Anonymous or something, and you might
Ah.
or you might be a fitness group, and you want to put in the metrics to create accountability. It's not something that I agree with personally, but it might be. Do you know what I mean? So I think so long as it's clear that those fields are very much not mandatory and they don't really have any bearing on anything, then it's fine.
Okay,
Really.
work.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
And the last thing I was going to say was, my reservation was very much around like who gets my information, but like if it's not
protected.
linked to, if it's protected, and is the groups are by invite only, capped at 100, people aren't getting my number, work.
That's probably.
I might talk to more people.
Go for it.
I might be inclined to talk to more people.
That's one of the biggest pros of the Gather app.
Yeah.
Everything's private.
And you
Everything's
talk-
protected.
And you're talking with intent.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's like sometimes when people DM you saying, "How are you?" or "What is this?" and it's like, we're just gonna start a conversation for the sake of starting a
Yeah.
conversation. And as lovely as I'm sure it will be, I've got makeup to put on. I've got a show to do. Do you know what I
that's the
mean?
tea.
Whereas if you talk with intent, it's much better.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, I've had a good time talking
Yeah, me
to
too.
you.
Gather her.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gather Up. We love you. But you don't love me. Goodbye.
Bye.